So
No,
fucking
that's
strong in screen time, but he just gets fucked over by the writers.
like that is the whole point. Like people feel frustrated when doing this too, because unfortunately, the same Dragon Ball Z fans that want Gohan to win would rather want to see Goku fight, and it's like I fucking hate this fandom sometimes.
2-1. God, I
Get trolled.
this is not going to be seen in this edit anyway, too. But this boy here pisses me off.
Starting off strong. I enjoy it.
God damn. Anyways, welcome to another night of this Hot or Trash podcast. I sound defeated here because you can all blame my co-host Loy.
No. Blame Brian. Yes,
I fuck you. Anyways, things have been a little bit busy this week. I got a new cat. We're getting things settled in right now. I'm planning some stuff for fun pool party events too. But yeah, I'll too. But yes, let's go ahead and get started with another night of Hot or Trash podcast too. I feel like this is mostly a follow-up from other topics that we did previously, Lloyd. Like, did we mention anything about gatekeeping anime or gatekeeping stuff in general?
How would I know, bro?
I mean, I did a lot of episodes. So I feel like we did at one point, but I, for the life of me, can't remember unless like I look off the stream real quick and look for stuff. But yeah, I'm not going to bother with that too. But so that's what we're talking about today too. In this case, a question from the anime community of should we gatekeep anime? Before we go on to that, I have devised in this case a slide for everybody to look at here. Those that are also on this right now too. You guys should be able to see the stream. Let me know if
I'm prepared.
Well, if anything, as long as someone else is in here, Lloyd, get in here.
I'm already in here.
Victor, get in here,
bro.
Bro, we've been in here.
No, anyways. But yes, I made a simple slideshow of, in this case, should we gatekeep anime? And we'll see about this too. So in this case, why do I want to do this? Only because right now there's been most of the points that people are looking into it was the fact that right now it's becoming way more mainstream, that it allows people like Michael B. Jordan, Megan Thee Stallion kind of embrace the fact that they love anime, which I think it's a whole separate thing, but they use that as part of their argument to say otherwise, that maybe we should think about like gatekeeping some stuff, as some of the people that do come in are already coming into the space probably trying to not necessarily dislike. Oh, actually, no. It's in this case, it's a form of criticism where it doesn't involve them actually changing anything. They're just there to like complain about stuff that they were never a part of to begin with. And the whole thing of normality shifting, such as the fact that it's now been more normalized for people liking anime. Now, and I mean, the answer, I think I feel like I messed up on the slide too, where I put my answer to it at the very end. But let's just say here too, do I think we should gatekeep? No, not really. Just because if you look at the examples that up to above with Megan Thee Stallion and Michael B. Jordan, they're mostly nothing burgers for that regard, because it's just people expressing that favorite hobby is like watching anime. I can understand there are some people that feel like the media is giving them way more grace and light for that too, just because they like anime, even though during like childhood growing up, they were kind of scorned and called weebs and called like lower standards, societal night. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much that. Everybody feels there's like that level of disdain towards them when like the public audience is just generally accepting of them. The only criteria being is that, like, I'll be honest, most of them are attractive. I could have put Henry Cavill in this shit too, because he's also part of this nerddom too, but I digress. I think right now too, nerd or geek culture itself has become more normalized nowadays, hasn't it?
Oh, most definitely. Especially all these football players and actors, and actually just athletes in general. And actors.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, openly like showing their love for anime. Like you can find, there's so many videos of athletes doing like poses from anime, and like, even like how you're saying that you literally have like 2 photos of Megan Thee Stallion cosplaying like, you know, Sailor Moon and fucking
Bullet Hancock. Yeah.
I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, and to be honest too, I wouldn't see this too, that like these guys are just using the anime thing to like grip on marketing stuff. Like I could also see that they genuinely love the fucking media that they enjoy here. For example, majority of the times too with Creed, no, not majority of the time, Creed 2, whenever Michael B. Jordan was starring in it too, a lot of the fights says that got a lot of choreography, very much inspired by Dragon Ball Z. So lots of the fight scenes are very reminiscent to that. So needless to say, it's actually kind of cool and dope to see as well, like kind of normalizing this too, when before it was just like a very weird hobby that another person would look at. It was like, man, that kid looks weird. Like, you know who I'm talking about whenever that happens to, and we watched anime back in high school too, and we know what they're talking about as well.
Yeah, there are definitely those people that they will fit the stereotypical mold of what a weeb is, or like
It's
No,
and it's like
absolutely.
it's like the most unfortunate case, but yes, it is true and it is real. And it's like, if we don't address that too, we can't like really move on from that. Like, my G, it's hard to, because I think one of our friends too, like, he also likes anime stuff too, but it's also he doesn't want to be attached to like that stereotype. And if anything, I don't blame him, at least at all.
Realistically, I mean, that's
call
who
him a
you are.
coward.
So what's
Yeah.
the issue though? Like,
Well-
it's who you are. I mean, like, if you can't accept that, then there's a bigger problem. My honest
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, it really comes from, like, you know, just the way how a lot of American culture kind of treats those that are outliers in the first place too. And albeit they're like mostly high school. Hell, actually no, some adults even do that too. They catch you watching anime stuff. Oh, I'm glad too that literally in my last workplace we get to talk about all of the nerdy and weeby shit too. Albeit he talks too much about Dragon Ball Z every now and then. But you know what?
The issue is that anime is just becoming a bigger thing now here in America. So it's just not. It's not like that much of an issue like it was back then.
Yeah. And it's also like, this is not something that's like a new thing too. Like, anime becomes a more recent thing, because I can actually date back to how this all started. And it's pretty much just the fact that the anime love culture comes from the fact that it's a subsect of the geek culture with stuff like Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel, DC, and anything related to Comic-Con. Everything of that is, in this case, with anime, is actually a subsection, at least in perspective to America, right? Was a subsect for the geek culture wise too. And in all honesty too, a lot of these fandoms, they do have, in this case, also weird their own issues of the fact that there are certain people within the quote unquote fandom that will, in this case, target and will criticize some things about it, but they go about it in like bad faith. Like, they're not actually trying to like engage with the other person of like a sound argument, right? Like, most people, yeah. Like,
We call them rage baiters.
yeah, it's effectively, that's what they are too. And unfortunately to a lot of things too, a lot of people would like to defend, you know, because they're passionate about the things that they care about too. So I can't really blame them for wanting to, like, you know, talk back against the people that are rage baiting. But this is just like one of the things too, that like, you just don't engage with those types of people online unless, you know, you kind of meet them face to face, because, you know, what's the last thing these people want to do? Meet people at all too. So
Either way, meeting people face to face, realistically, shouldn't be different.
right.
But hey, what do I know?
Yeah.
I just think everyone's dumb, and I just go on with life.
Yeah, and that's pretty much about right too. Then we go with like, how did things become popular in the US too? And I just point out, look at stuff with either Astro Boy, Godzilla, Gundam, like the last time we talked about, and even like Super Sentai. For those that don't know, no, it's not Super Hentai, it's Super Sentai. Fuck, and it is in this case based off what Power Rangers was based off of, albeit too the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That one is not even the original Super Sentai that started off with, because this one, Jetman, dates even that.
crazy.
So,
Really.
They look like
So-
they got underwear on. I ain't gonna lie to you.
oh yeah, no,
I mean, that's what superheroes of the back then were like. You know, all they had was underwear.
like
Yeah.
underwears, leotards, all those kinds of things. So it
Like,
showcase
Batman
like
and Superman. Come on, bro. They literally had underwear.
Yeah.
For real. I'm like, why do they wear such things? I'm like, whatever,
Eh.
folks. Go.
Yeah, like that part doesn't really matter too much too. But I feel like in general, the way how it is too, like anime has something that's been around for quite a long time here in America. Like even like during the 80s and even before that too, arguably. Ever since like we were getting like some imports from Japan, right? And like some parts of the culture itself kind of just bleeds in through here. Hell, I remember there's still some Godzilla films that aren't able to be released here in the US just because there's some licensing issues that they're not able to debut some things. but I remember watching a lot of the Godzilla films with my dad, as he did have some of the OG VHS tapes. Until then, too, he bought like a collection DVD of a lot of the older movies, and we just kind of watched a lot of this stuff. This shit was cool, and I wasn't the one that watched a lot of Super Sentai or Kamen Rider back then, too. But I was definitely the Godzilla and the Gundam kid growing up. So
Oh, yeah.
you got that.
He still
going
is,
for it.
guys. He still is.
Yeah, shut up. And you would watch Godzilla with me too, Victor. And you know it.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, big fighting monsters, bro.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
giant monsters.
Yeah. Big giant monsters throwing the military there to show them how fucking useless they
Yeah,
are in the face of it.
King Kong and Godzilla fighting on top of an aircraft carrier. I like that. I like that one.
Yeah, don't ask how that actually makes sense at all. We suspend belief whenever we see two giant monsters on screen, anyways.
Correct.
But this is something else too. And I feel too, even from back then, it was still small, but I feel like the relevancy rises were occurring here. I forgot to put the most important anime in this one too, but I'll just say as well. I feel like the relevancy for a lot of the animes becoming more popular. I feel like the one keystone marker was possibly Attack on Titan, which I believe was around 2012, 2013 when that came out.
Yeah, we were in high school when it first aired.
Yeah. So it was, we were already starting to notice like some
Naruto?
change. Yeah,
I remember
Naruto's
that
not.
I remember that shit was on Disney XD. Yeah.
I
What
remember
the fuck?
people-
Oh my god, that's right. Oh shit.
Bro, I remember people were like fucking like Naruto running like with their hands back and shit. I actually saw that in school. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, bro.
I'm like, damn. Fuck. Like,
I feel like Naruto had a massive impact. That and Dragon Ball Z.
Definitely Dragon Ball Z. And I put the picture on the bottom right. If you know what the lyric, if the quote, what he says here too, I give you $10.
I'm gonna kill you.
No. The Japanese dub is even worse.
I know, but he's gonna kill you, bro. Bro,
Yeah.
he was literally mogging somebody that was like almost a foot taller than him.
Yeah, he was mogging like Boo of all people too. There's like Super Boo as well. Holy shit.
My man was mogging Super Boo. It's crazy.
And then he immediately gets bested because he got distracted. I fucking hate this show. God damn it.
Bro, not to go. It's too off topic, but Gohan, kind of, like he could be so
No,
fucking
that's-
strong in screen time, but he just gets fucked over by the writers.
Like, that is the whole point. Like, people feel frustrated when doing this too, because unfortunately, the same Dragon Ball Z fans that want Gohan to win would rather want to see Goku fight. And it's like, I fucking hate this fandom sometimes.
Please let my boy just like put
Like-
belt to ass.
Please. Like, he does deserve it too, even though he's supposed to be like a sort of pacifist. Not with the fucking shit, not with the body shots that he be delivering people. That's not what a pacifist does.
Nah, bro, this man is this
A
man's
literal
killer.
demon. He's a literal
Killer.
demon. God damn. Oh my god. And then we have like other shows that are kind of normalizing like anime like stuff in the first place, like Avatar: The Last Airbender or The Legend of Aang. It may not seem like it at first too, but yeah, you look at it too, it's like it's very much like anime coded throughout like a lot of the writing and sometimes even the visual look of the show itself too. And Studio Ghibli itself was probably everybody's first introduction to anime in the first place. Ooh, yeah. Those movies too. We even have like the big three or big four with Dragon Ball Z included in there. We had One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto. Those were literally like the big four pillars that brought like anime to this. Albeit it's shonen, there's many more animes that are outside of that subsection too. But that's honestly for people for them to explore outside of it, right?
Yeah, Dragon Ball is like the grandpa of the big three.
Some would say otherwise too. It could be Hunter x Hunter or other stuff, but
The global impact that fucking
Yeah.
Dragon Ball had was
Yeah.
unmatched, dude.
no, yeah,
Dragon
that's
Ball's everywhere, dude. Like you can't.
They literally like crime went down because of Dragon Ball. Let
Yeah.
that sink in.
yeah.
and-
Cartoon members.
Yeah,
Cartoon members stopped killing each other just to watch the Tournament of Power arc. final episode.
I'm like, bro.
Like, this is
no way.
genuinely crazy, but yes, that is very much true, and it's insane too. Like, anime itself is such like a powerful media too when it comes to that. Like, no other like creative or cartoon style shows similar to this have this level of impact worldwide. Yeah, like think of an example too. The only closest one that would be like Michael Jackson, for example,
Bro,
with
Michael
like the way
Jackson,
how his
hands
music.
down.
Yeah,
Hands down, bro.
like
He-
people.
global icon.
Yeah, people that didn't have fucking ways to watch a show knew who Michael Jackson was. I'm like, how?
Okay, that record that Drake just broke had nothing. It is nothing compared to what Michael Jackson has. Okay, Michael Jackson did that shit before the internet era.
Yeah.
Let that sink in. He sold physical copies, not these digital fucking streams, bro.
Yeah, to all the people that says, "Oh, Taylor Swift or even Drake is bigger than fucking Michael Jackson too," I want you to kick yourself in the fucking ass right now and look at the amount of stardom this motherfucker had and how much of a crazy threat he was in the music industry, where he was so big too. He was, in this case, he made his own label to help publish a lot of his own music, and that scared a lot of music industry people too because they can't control him anymore. So that's to show you how fucking big this motherfucker was too. And if anything too, if Michael Jackson were alive today, he would definitely be 100% down for the like greenlighting, or in this case uplifting a lot of anime projects too. Actually, fun fact too, there was at one point Michael Jackson wanted to buy out Marvel.
Bro, this man is like Muzan from Demon Slayer.
Hey, calm down there. Look, Muzan is a reprehensible like piece of shit of a person, all right?
Yeah, but the way he dresses is literally Michael Jackson inspired.
We will not slander his name in this household, but yes, I see the semblance, and it is kind of funny. But yes, yeah. Imagine how old was Tanjiro? Like 15 years old during that.
I don't know. They're all teenagers and some, like, they're just
Yeah.
fighting demons.
Yeah, imagine you're like some kid that grew up in like the Brokeback Mountain somewhere too, and you're like, oh, I'm coming back home from like an errand too with charcoal, about to feed my family of 6 too. What could possibly go wrong? You see your entire family massacred by what is effectively looks like Michael Jackson went into town. It said fuck shit up.
Bro, he moonwalked all over them afterwards. He emoted on them.
There's levels to this shit that would leave me flabbergasted from just that visual alone. I'm like, what the fuck? But
Anyway, continue on, man.
and it's like the relevancy rise, it definitely comes from like it's been going up for quite some time too. We can even say go further back and just be like during the Ghibli movie eras and even before then too. That was when anime started popping off. But it wasn't also the fact too that like people within the entertainment industry space put a lot of effort of like trying to showcase to a lot of Western audiences of anime, for example. For one thing here, Lloyd, your first Gundam series, G Gundam.
Hell yeah,
You probably would not have seen that if it weren't for Toonami's effort of, in this case, showcasing a lot of animes when we were kids back then.
Fun fact, I found like the DVD for it in a Walmart and I went home and
Oh my god.
so it wasn't even Toonami, dog.
Oh
It
my
was,
god.
like,
You
after
just
the
found.
fact. I just found it in the wild. I was like, huh, this looks cool. Big fucking robots.
Yeah.
Or so I thought, But then
I
it turns
mean-
out the people are the fucking mechanical,
Controllers for these robots.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like I said, we have so many things too. Like hell, nowadays too, movies make a lot of references to a lot of anime tropes too. There's definitely like, remember like the Kingsman movie, Victor? The action director for that one, he literally started off his work by, in this case, trying to replicate anime action fight scenes to live movie scenes. So yeah, so
Not easy at all.
yeah, it's
Especially with how horseshit
ridiculous.
anime scenes are.
Yeah, how horseshit it is too. But really, he does his best to portray like that level of intensity of feeling in like a live action sequence from what we see in anime, which is like, albeit I watched Kingsman multiple times. It is so impressive with the way how the action looks in that whole show, whole horror movie. Holy fuck!
Mhm.
And then we see Pacific Rim, which is literally Gundam, Evangelion, and Godzilla's, because Guillermo del Toro decided to say, I want to make a westernized version of, in this case, Evangelion. And then he made Pacific Rim. Oh, God. I
Wrong
could.
anime. Wrong
I
anime.
could. I know, wrong fucking
close
shit.
enough.
Yeah. Do. Yeah, that's what it was called. But yes, would you say too that anime had a big impact with the way how we've been seeing so far, Lloyd and Victor too?
Like nowadays or like
Yeah,
back then?
I would say back then only up to like high school because that was just when AOT was starting to get more popular.
Definitely for sure. Nowadays, it's just so more like it's more
More open.
welcomed. It's more
Yeah.
welcomed within society. It's part of pop culture, whether we like it or not. Everywhere you go, somebody's gonna talk about anime. It's like whether they're fucking Asian, Black, Hispanic, white.
Yeah.
I'm like, you could be
Well,
any race.
realistically,
Like,
look, realistically,
everyone.
anime should be no different than cartoons.
Right. Like for example, we've had like actually really great cartoons for the matter too. Unfortunately, too, some of the cartoons that I actually thought were really cool too. Like for example, Transformers. Wait, that has roots back to Japan as anime. Fuck. Codename Kids Next Door. Everything a Codename Kids Next Door. There's something anime coded in there too because the writers
Yeah.
were fans of animes.
Well,
Bro,
but
we
either
watch-
way, like I'm saying, like there should be no
Yeah.
difference between anime and cartoons. So I don't know
Yeah.
what the issue was with anime. I mean, aside from it being essentially just Japanese.
Dude,
Yeah.
every CW for like what 4 kids?
Mhm.
That like what that Saturday
Oh
morning,
yeah.
like cartoons. It was actually just all anime.
Yeah, just anime.
It
but
was
yeah.
literally majority of anime. There was like Yu-Gi-Oh, there was Zatch Bell, there was even
Oh
One Piece
my-
at one point.
Yeah,
Freaking
oh my
Digimon was on Jetix.
Mhm.
Oh my god. JetX was
And Beyblade too. Fucking Beyblade. Who can
Oh
like,
my-
fucking they made spinning tops, dude. They made spinning tops look cool and they made playing a fucking card game look cool. Albeit they made the card game look like you were playing like fighting for the whole fucking world with this Leviathan.
I will give credit to this too. When it comes to like kids stuff too, unironically, anime is actually the best way to introduce like kids like cartoons and whatnot too. Just because there's so many cool fucking things you can show them. One, for example, is Doraemon.
Oh, yeah.
That motherfucker is everywhere in Asia,
He is. He is.
and
I can confirm.
it's like you go to Vietnam. Holy fuck! There's so much Doraemon here.
Mhm.
No, for real, dude.
Like and it's not much, it's like the problem is like I have no issues with some like the kid show with like Bluey and like whatnot too, like the ones that are very like Bluey, Little Bill and whatnot too, but those never really interested me compared to fucking
I
Yu-Gi-Oh as a
I
kid.
like Paw Patrol.
You like Paw Patrol?
Bro,
Isn't
like
it because like
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Dalton also watches it, or at least your little cousin,
Yeah, my nephew.
little
watches
nephew?
it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Pokemon too. We can't forget.
He likes that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was like the whole thing in like West too that they were trying to put Pokemon itself as like the devil's show or some shit too because it's like enslavement of like animals or some shit. I was like, dog, what?
Bro,
This was
they just couldn't put it on TV. Literally, the
Oh.
pilot of Yu-Gi-Oh.
oh,
The
you know what?
Pharaoh was killing people.
Yeah. Oh, you know, actually, Victor, there was actually another angle too why a lot of people didn't really take anime that much too. It was also because this was during like the whole satanic scare too,
Mhm.
where like everything was treated as if this was like a product of like the devil or some shit. For example,
Yeah, I feel like even nowadays there's still things like that going on, so I'm not
Yeah.
surprised.
yeah. So that was like one of the things too that they marked a lot of anime stuff for that reason alone too. Albeit, if you watch Evangelion, every single episode in that show too is in this case some Christian metaphor, one way or the other. Like I saw someone break it down too, and I was like, God damn it, I can't unsee it now, son of a bitch.
Never watched it. I just heard is very mindfuckery, and there's some things that are not to be discussed on this podcast.
Yeah, I just stick to the theme song and call it a day.
Yeah. Yeah, the theme song is the only thing we like to remember, at least for this too. I have also watched Evangelion too. I will not divulge further on things that I've
And
seen.
the only thing I remember is Asuka getting that fucking spear going through herself. You know,
We're not
Hey,
saying this as a
spoilers.
metaphorically. We're actually seeing a like, little spear going through her face.
yeah.
Hey, spoilers.
Been
never
out
gonna
for
watch
like
it.
fucking 30 years. I don't
I'm never gonna watch it, but spoilers.
give a
Shut up,
fuck
Victor.
I don't give a fuck about your feelings. The fuck you ain't gonna watch
God,
it.
But yeah,
Nah.
well, I
Feelings,
mean,
bro, I ain't portraying any feelings.
no, and it comes to like one of the things too that like for example, like I think you had this some things too where we're coming into. I'll put it in the last slide. It's like this where should we gatekeep things? Realistically, no. Like it makes no sense no matter what you do. But I do understand like the couple reasons why people do feel this way, and I'll bring up two particular events that did happen. The whole My Hero Academia that finally ended too, it was a great show too. But oh my god, so many people fucking mauled it over the fact that the main character was not gay.
Yeah,
Like,
it's fucking stupid as hell.
Yeah, I know.
Like-
I know. Yeah, we should gatekeep. We should definitely gatekeep. Gatekeep the fucking people that keep complaining about this shit.
yeah, because obviously too, it's like, like they're mad that the artist or the original creator himself did not like affirm their head canon. And it's the same thing with another one too, with Kei Urana too, who was the main author of Gachi Yakuta. She is a cool fucking person. Like she made this, I forgot who she apprenticed under too, but
It was
she
one,
decided to
I
make.
think it was Soul Eater. Or
Oh, yeah.
something.
Mm.
Somebody was. I don't know. It was some big, really big anime like manga.
Yeah, big and mangaka artist too that she apprenticed under, and she made her own thing. And guess what? Her shit looks so fucking cool. I love all their designs too. Everybody there is fucking awesome and cool looking, like very like dirty, grungy, urban-esque designs too. Oh, sorry. Almost sort of looks like it's like some like grunge rock theme that she was going with too, and it's perfect for that style too. But unfortunately, some of the people from like let's say from the My Hero fan base kind of migrated to Gachi Yakuta because that's starting to get popular. They're trying to put all of these other things too when they're saying, "Oh, this one person has to be like trans or gay in some form of fashion, right?" And Kei Run is like, "No, they are not." And then they just straight up say, "Oh, we're just gonna ignore the original creators' like comments about that." I was like, "What?" These people are so fucking delusional about this. And I'm like, yeah, the topic of gatekeeping does come up too, because at this point, it's like, you guys cannot behave yourself in the fact that there are people that are, like, in this case, have the idea of like fan shipping or like their own head canon too. If you want to see a good example of that, please visit AO3 and don't question me about that. Yeah. Or Omegaverse too. Yeah.
Like I just said yeah to it.
No question you, bro. I mean, like, we don't need to. We already know your shit, bro.
God damn it. But yeah, it's like, because realistically, we're starting to see too that a lot of the people that are doing this too, they are definitely just grifting on this too, so they push their own shit, right? Because at this point, the logic of this does not make sense of why they would believe in certain things, when it also means that they also would not trust the actual author that's doing this as well. And it's like, you know, female authors or mangaka artists that are also often sometimes rare to see in a lot of cases too. But guess fucking what too? A lot of your favorite animes are actually created by female authors and mangaka. For example, Soul Eater, I believe, was actually no, not Soul Eater.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Yes, Full Metal Alchemist. Sorry, I can almost confuse that. I was about to say Full Metal Alchemist. I don't know why Soul Eater came up first. Soul Eater. I said it again. God damn it.
Dumbass.
Oh my god. Sorry. All right, hold on. Let me take a break there. Okay, Full Metal Alchemist, My Apothecary Diaries, Bocchi the Rock, and let me see. There's another one.
Oh man, let's go.
Yeah. Now I should be listing even more stuff too, but I completely forgot on this regard too.
Wasn't Nana one of them as well?
Which one?
Nana.
Nana? Yes, it was also by a female. But it's also most of the time too, they're mostly like shoujo writers too. For shoujo reason too, it means for like female centric audience too. But a lot of times, a lot of them are also, they write stuff for shonen as well. So big whoop-de-doo, right? That like, no, you. But it's like it comes to this point where I don't think we still should be gatekeeping on these things too. But at the same time, I do
No,
agree
no.
with your and
We should gatekeep people that complain all the time.
that is true. Like if you were not going to like at least like, because the thing is like, albeit there are definitely a lot of questionable things that we see in anime. Let's not lie about that. There are definitely questionable things that us, like me watching a lot of stuff too, it does make me uncomfortable seeing a lot of that stuff too. But at the same time, like I don't voice any opinions about that too, because half the time that's like the way how the artist themselves wants to write it too. I don't have to like it. That's the thing. I don't have to like it, but I will still observe and watch the media too, just because I want to see what the entire vision is about too, because whatever they're complaining about is such a small and minor factor to the entirety of the story that they're trying to show us. For example, a lot of people, because for example too, a lot of people are just say too, oh, we hate the fact that there's so much live service, or not live service, there's fan service in it, a lot of like the boy style animes. Like yes, because most of the
point.
That's what boys want.
Yeah, and it's like, but that's like disgusting too. It's like you don't have to watch it then if that's not you.
There's
Like,
literally anime that are made for women that shows very feminine men. Like,
yeah,
and it gets shipped that they are gonna like be together.
yeah,
There's that medium, and that's fan service for women. We have
yeah.
fan service for men too, generally. In
And also, who's to say too
You
that
know.
like women don't also enjoy the male fan service too?
I'm like,
Okay,
dude,
yeah.
Like I am,
no,
like
but,
I,
dude, we're both
Yeah.
very perverted.
like okay,
Yeah, Brian. Absolutely.
shut up. But I will say too, the one of the few animes too that at least I put under a little bit of scrutiny under would be like Mushoku Tensei. That'd be something that like if it was something too, if I were to recommend like an anime for someone to watch for the first time, I would not recommend them this. First of all, just because of the fact too that it's not that like it's generally it's bad too, but it's also like there's layers to like the story writing that you have to kind of like submerge yourself and you have to like kind of look past a lot of the creepiness too, because it's an isekai story of an otaku fat man that's also slightly misogynist. It gets reincarnated after he dies in Japan to a new world in medieval fantasy stuff and whatnot too. And he's like, generally speaking, he's a fucking pervert. Also, everybody else in the world is also kind of fucked up in some ways too, because it's like starting to like, you know, trying to set up the setting of this whole medieval fantasy setting. So if a lot of people, if they are already uncomfortable for seeing that too, then don't watch it too. But if you're complaining that, but you also watch Game of Thrones, you're a hypocrite. Like, I don't want to fucking hear you complaining about Mushoku Sensei being creepy as shit when you have cousins fucking each other. Sorry, not cousins, brothers and sisters fucking each other. And their
No,
fucking
that's-
inbred son is a king.
Yeah, you tell him, Brian.
So I don't want to hear
You
shit.
sound be right.
So yeah, I am in the favor of gatekeeping. If you're gonna be complaining that shit, why don't you complain about Game of Thrones then? If that's your fucking favorite show, huh? Just because it's fucking relevant to the setting. So was Mushoku Tensei. The only difference is the fact that the story is told differently.
Yeah, keep telling. Keep going.
Anyways, like I said, too, I still wouldn't recommend Mushoku Tensei as someone's like first anime too. I would just literally send them off to like any of like the big three that are currently playing right now too. Unfortunately, Mushoku Tensei being popular just because it is popular in Japan. But a lot of people are looking at it as a reason. It's like, oh, it's so like weird and pervy in a lot of ways too. And it's like creepy because it's like in a young boy, it's like the mind of an older guy that's preying on like little girls and whatnot too. And it's like, yes, it is definitely creepy. It's supposed to showcase the story of the person that throws a trope where he is flipping the story of the current isekai stories. Because let's be honest, a lot of those can be technically just as weird if you're able to maintain the memories of your previous world into the new world. Does that mean that you retain the current maturity by the time you die to the new one as well? Like that part itself is like weird that no one really talks about too. That's what Mushoku Tensei talks through about, and I can appreciate for what it is too. I still wouldn't recommend, but yeah, same thing with Beastars, for example. That's also I throw people.
Yeah, that's not something you will watch out in public.
Look,
for sure.
I do.
There's some weird scenes. I will
There's-
say to you.
There's weird scenes, but if you look past it, dude, there's gems in there. But unfortunately, you gotta kind of dig through the swamp.
No. Yeah, you gotta like, you can't just like fucking just. Hey, I'm gonna dip my foot in the water and just backpack. Nah, dude. Like if you go super in and get past everything else that it's just morally fucked up to
Questionable.
you.
Yeah.
No, we're not gonna show that. Morally fucked up, and you just don't like it. And like, if you power through, it's like, oh, there's actually deeper meaning to this.
Yeah. Like,
Besides,
it's like
the fucking furries. But that's
besides the point here, all right?
besides the point.
God damn it. Like in this case too, would you say like the people that do like have some criticism towards something like that too, at this point we're already admitting and probably guessing that they're definitely trying to engage this at this point in bad faith, right? Like they're looking at like it's like they're looking at the most obvious like awkward thing when it comes to watching this piece too, and it's like overly like, yes, this is very weird too, but there's like more to this. And unfortunately, like the people that do want to try to defend it because it's like their favorite show too, it gets turned around on them saying that now that you're the creep for liking this show. And it's like, what the fuck? And it's like, it was never about the show to begin with too. Like what Victor said, they're just trying to rage bait you. And it's like, and it's like the most depressing shit like I've seen, just because like I know that like one part is being like genuine about like their responses, while the other one is just does not give a shit, and it's like, oh, I never watched it in the
No.
first place. Then why are you
Just 'cause-
what the fuck? Yeah.
Just because you're genuine about it doesn't mean that you have to waste your energy on people who are just rage baiting you.
Yeah, and
So if you encounter people like this, just ignore them, bro.
like it's like
Like they feed off they feed off the energy. So all you're doing is just giving them more energy.
yeah, and it's also something too that like I feel like a lot of it is definitely worded strongly too, just because there are like instances like Kei Urana who had to like delete her account just because of the fact that she wanted to like have like a way to like talk with her fans about the things that she's worked with, because you know she's passionate about her art project, which is this manga here. Unfortunately too, there are some people that are trying to like subvert or just straight up call her transphobe or homophobic for not
Racist.
agreeing with the
That.
yeah, it's racist as well, which is like crazy to think about too. When Gachi Akuda has like the most positive views of like literally black characters that we've seen in anime.
Like, bro, she just said, "Oh, we found like she found one of her characters has very like I would say what locks, dreads. Let's,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care for the political correct term for this. It's pretty much he had dreadlocks, and she found somebody that was trying to like replicate that, right? But he couldn't like afford it. It was just like a little joke, right? But he put leaks. He put like the fucking like the leaks on his head and to imitate the dreadlocks. And she found it funny that and endearing that that somebody
Yeah.
she has a character that's being portrayed in this funny way. Then people like kind of like turn that around on her and call her racist because she had to apologize to her friend and all that. I'm like, so now we can't even like. It's our own fucking character. I'm like, bro, if that's the point that we get to, I'm like, what? I wouldn't even finish the fucking manga. I'm like, fuck y'all.
It's like, what are we doing here? Like, what is going on? Like, it gets to the point too. Like, that's like the people's view about the anime community of like, this is what's happening too. It's like, unfortunately, it's like we have to like cut people out of this too, because obviously these are just straight up insane people that have nothing better to do, and these are like also the same group too that would in this case like harass the shit out of K-pop idols. Let's be honest; these are also the same group of people.
They're just different parallels. They're just parallels of each other.
I 100% agree.
I remember like just how anime is mainstream now. K-pop is also mainstream because of BTS.
Yeah.
And people who listened to K-pop back then were also made fun of.
Yeah,
I remember.
Like, it works just the same way. Anime, if you like anime and K-pop, oh boy, you were like, oh yeah, you're not fucking making friends at all if you don't find the right person. Let's just get that over with. Because I remember like somebody asked me, what do you listen to, well, music wise, and like I didn't fully always say K-pop, because that's like such a very niche thing back in the day, and especially in fucking 2009 and 2010, where it was like we're all just in middle school going to high school. It was just like being trailblazed like back then. Now BTS like that path, all these like newer gen groups, like these third, fourth, fifth gen groups. I don't know how many fucking gens we're at, but it is the same parallel to anime. It's like literally there was somebody that fucking was a pioneer in it, like, and lay down the groundwork for these like future our generation nowadays, and for younger generation to openly enjoy this. So K-pop and anime being like hidden back in the day, it's just the same how it is merged together. Bro.
Yeah.
Like, you can't find an Asian person without they don't like they like anime and K-pop. Like that's pretty much like a majority of like Asian people and like majority of people nowadays. Like good majority chunk. I wouldn't say majority, but a good chunk.
Yeah. Anyways, what were you gonna say, Victor? As Lloyd kept cutting you off.
I was like, these groups nowadays have it a lot easier. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh man.
Whenever you said you like K-pop, you got made fun of.
Yeah, and it's like, and then here we are too. It's like, what horse shit is happening right now too? It's like, I'm honestly not really. I felt like I was targeted a lot of time for things I'd like to. That I was like a shy kid. I was always kept to myself anyways too. So there was that part of me. But I can understand like people's like kind of like repressed anger that they had for against other people that made fun of like their interest in the hobbies too. When it's like if we do the same thing with their favorite stuff, like favorite TV show, like Keep Up with the Kardashians, those that watch that are fucking troglodytes, in my opinion. I'm kidding.
Fucking trash TV. This.
No, you're correct.
Like you watch that stuff too, and it's like you get nothing else, but it's only just pure entertainment. Whereas like things like this too, anime,
It's still,
like that's why
it's the worst form of entertainment. You just watch
Yeah.
a couple people like bitch at each other constantly.
yeah,
For real.
yeah,
Like,
and
there's
it's
no
like
story, there's nothing to it, you know, like there's no life lessons, nothing to learn from it. At least anime has some life lessons.
yeah,
As long as you pay attention, that is.
yeah. Pay attention and you look past all like the weird cheeky like stuff that goes on in Japan.
Well, that's just bound to happen. Like,
Yeah.
That's just adding a little character.
Yeah, to some of the things too. Yeah, like I remember we talked about this too, about like like people confusing like people liking lollipops as like pedophiles and whatnot too. Like it's not the same, and you guys know it's. eh, well,
I have to disagree there.
okay, fair enough.
I don't know, bro. That's a hard
Yeah,
bargain.
yeah.
Yeah,
When-
it's one of those
you know,
things that like
when
you
these
damn-
when lollies are basically like portrayed as like young girls, you know, like
Yeah, like the
Yeah,
image of young.
that's a hard argument to. That's a hard
Yeah.
argument.
because like you can't make this argument safely without making you sound like really bad in the first place, and you're just like,
Yeah.
yeah, fair enough. Maybe that was probably a bad example for my part. I excuse myself for that. Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
definitely.
but it's like it's something that is part of like the whole genre itself too. I don't question it in the first place too. I don't have to like it either too.
Mm.
That's the thing about this too. And I can
You
understand that
definitely
there are
don't have to
people.
like that.
Yeah, and I don't, and also I won't judge others that will say that they look like it too. I'll just like
I'll still
take a
judge
couple
you.
steps. Yeah, We'll still judge.
Still judge
I
because
ain't
you
gonna
know,
sugarcoat it.
it's still like in
Yeah.
like in really young girls. So I
yeah.
don't know. There's no other way to explain it. I'll be honest.
No,
Yeah, there's no
I'm
good
not,
way
like,
to explain
There-
it.
there-
Yeah.
there's a
no
lot
gray
of
area.
things. Look, there's a lot of things I overlook, but lollies are not one of them.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, that is
Yeah.
no, that is definitely a no. That is the portrayal of you liking young girls, whether they in the show they are saying, oh, they're 500 years old.
No.
Yeah.
Who the fuck would know that by the appearance?
Yeah, correct. That doesn't. That has no meaning.
Yeah.
You
So
would have to watch the show to know their age, but appearance-wise, somebody just
Yeah.
peeks over at your phone and sees like a fucking little cute little anime girl that thinks, and thinks you're a fucking weirdo or a pedophile. Like, you can't defend yourself, bro. Like, initially,
Yeah.
you can't defend yourself.
yeah, it's
I
like
don't think
it's
you can
one of
defend
the
yourself at all. I mean, the only thing you can say is that she's of age, but that doesn't really mean much.
yeah. It does get a little bit awkward too. Like a lot of the arguments too. That like Japan, they're trying to like make Japan look really bad just because of like stuff like that entirely too. When they're like saying, it's like the consent for sex is like between like 13 or 14 years old. And it's
Yeah,
like,
that
but it's
doesn't.
like.
That doesn't help.
Yeah, that doesn't help. But if anything, too, even like in Japan, when they are asked about this, too, like nobody even does do that in the first place, too. A lot of times, it's still seen as weird in Japan in the first place. So at least we get to feel normalized about that. So
That's fine, but that's not.
Yeah.
That's not the argument here.
right,
Uh,
fair enough.
yeah, definitely. You like lollies? Like, sure, dude. I'm gonna have a very, very
just have-
one-sided viewpoint of your personality and how you are.
Yeah,
But,
Let's just say that.
it does say
Yeah.
a lot. I'll be honest.
yeah,
I'm like, okay, like I would say like something like that teeters on that. Like, you can't like, oh yeah, they like lollies, like, yeah, they're pedophiles. But somebody
Yeah.
who watches like rom-coms, and like most of the rom-coms, there are rom-coms that are like are they're in their adulthood, like they're in a corporate office and shit, but a good chunk of them are also in high school, which is kind of weird for people to look at. Like, some of these girls, like, there are gonna be like those scenes to where like they go to the beach and they're in bikinis, they're high schoolers, that's kind of like iffy
Yeah.
and whatnot, but that's honestly not
That is
the best.
that is treading the line, but
Yeah, that's not the point that they're trying to make. Is like how, like, for most part, they're trying to like develop the MCs and like their love interests and
yeah,
how they interact with each other, how they grow as characters, and so there's character development. It's not focused solely on their appearances, how they interact. that I think that's more of a fair argument to what the point you were trying to make.
Right.
So yeah, so I think like a rom-com slice of life that's set in high school, and that's high school, you know. So that's like, you know, kind of.
There's already levels of expectation that we already have when watching
Yeah.
something like this. And it's like that's perfectly fine. It's like, but regardless, you have people that will comment otherwise that like this is still creepy about like men going after her for like really young girls. So it was like, shut up, you guys watch Euphoria. That show is nothing but like underage people having sex and drugs.
Like literally, it's just, and it happens too. That shit happens
Yeah.
in real life. That isn't probably an accurate portrayal of what happens in the U.S.
Yeah, but it's like I'm just looking at this. So like, oh, this is disgusting. You guys shouldn't be looking at stuff like that. All right, then we'll stop watching Euphoria.
And like anime is no different. It's like, oh, they are still set in high school.
Yeah.
They develop natural fucking feelings by being around together, going to arcades, singing karaoke, fucking being a part of a school festival. That is fucking natural progression. You don't see Euphoria like shit in anime unless it's like High School of the Dead or some shit like that.
Hey man, hey, High School DxD is goaded.
I'm just saying, that's something that is teetering on like, yeah, I don't think I can watch this, you know.
At least in
like,
public.
No, just like morally, like your moral.
No.
Like, yeah, this ain't for me, dog. Like I can't be looking at fucking jiggly titties at high school and somehow the fucking bullet doesn't hit her titties. I'm like, what the fuck?
Hey man, to be fair, they don't even look like they're in high school.
To be
Exactly. I'm
frank,
like,
though,
so why are they in high school? What is this? I don't want
I
to
was-
watch this.
I will say, as a side note, too, it is also unfortunate High School of the Dead has been at this point like canceled too, not because of like any controversy, but it's because the main author just passed away through a heart attack.
All right.
Yeah, so
Nonetheless, I still give him condolences.
yeah. So, like I said, there's definitely some weird parts about like animes too that like obviously I can't really defend much about it too, but it's something that like at the same time too, that doesn't mean that's all there is to it too. But a lot of times that's what the arguments are trying to say too. Anybody that wants to argue against it, they're just going to say, oh, you're only doing this because you two are also set the bad whatever fucking word they want to use for today.
Yeah.
So it's like these people were never going to argue with you of like you trying to defend your side too, but they're never going to take whatever you say seriously in the first place because that's not their point. They're just trying to do this for attention. And it's like it's very much obvious too. And I do believe because that you have many like mangaka artists that do have like a social media presence too, just because they want to interact with fans. They are also leaving a lot of these platforms too, because a lot of times they don't want to engage with that because you know this is probably like the same thing that tragically happened with another anime called Air Gear in a lot of ways too, where at some point the mangaka left it up to like the fans to be like, hey, where should this story go? And it went fucking everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
That's not what I mean.
Such as fact that in Air Gear, Obama was a character and he body swapped with a high school girl.
Okay, that's just fucking.
Yeah.
That is just someone's fantasy. I swear, bro.
You know, I call that weird, but I find it an intriguing storyline.
If they made it a fucking story.
Yeah,
Hey,
they
man.
did.
See,
It
this
was
is the
actually-
other thing about anime that I would enjoy is all these stupid ass like ideas.
yeah.
I'm like,
For example,
wouldn't
like
that be
Victor,
like Buddha and Jesus hanging out.
Hmm.
yeah. Or if anything, or it was like my time with like fuck. There was the other anime. I forgot what it was, but it's literally Zhuge Liang time transported
rap
to
one?
Monterey. Yeah.
Yeah, it's well, I forgot the time. I literally watched it not too long ago. Fuck.
God damn. Yeah. It's like you.
Your boy Kung
and-
Ming. There you go.
Yeah, your boy count. Oh my god. Like you get gems like this. Like there are so many interesting shows that Japan is they're not shy with doing anything new. They will try everything new. Outside of in this case, what's the current isekai flavor of the month?
Yeah, overpowered MC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or an MC who starts off weak and becomes strong. I'm like, oh my god, who the fuck knew?
It's like
who
it's
saw
fine
that
if they
coming?
start up. It's fine if they start off weak and it becomes strong. If it progresses on in a story like that, unfortunately, it all happens in one episode. It's like what the fuck.
I'm like, bro, I don't. So
Yeah. To be fair though, it took 3
It-
episodes.
It took a few, but still, the same concept still applied.
Yeah. So nonetheless, too, we have crazy enough shit to like look through. And guess what, too? There's probably even more things too. This actually explains why a lot of American comic books are losing sales against like people that buy mangas, for example. Because people that read like Western comic books, they're not really making anything new. They're only making stuff that is already a pre-established IP. Like there's nothing new to it. Hell, in a lot of ways too, you can't really point to someone's like, oh, I want to read like a Batman comic series. Which one should I start with first? And it's like, about that.
There's too many Batmans. I'm like, it's just like the question of like which Robin is your favorite.
Yeah, it's like, there's more Robins? Oh yeah, definitely. There's like all of these versions of Robins. Like, what the fuck?
Too many Robins.
Like
Too
at
many
least
Robins, bro.
7. At least 7.
Too many Robins, bro.
Too many
Yeah.
Robins.
Robins.
It's
and
like-
Robins.
It's
Only
like, Batman,
Robin out there that
stop
would make a
enlisting
Robin.
orphans to fight for you, damn it.
Well, if you really think about it, a good like some of the Gundam UC universe, UC timeline.
to be
I
fair,
found
though,
brothers.
To be fair, though, the UC timeline, their own creators in this case portraying that war is bad because at the end of it, inevitably somehow child soldiers get involved into this conflict of
They
political
always- they
ideology.
always get involved. That's what they're showcasing.
Yeah. Look, I can't tell you why a lot of it is just that, why that's also a caricature, but it's a very compelling character like story when it talks about like war and whatnot. Just because you put a child in war, that's like holy fucking shit. Because they're also like you're portraying in the ideals that like the child has like a very innocent and very like positive view in life that doesn't mesh well with the current war landscape that they're effectively fighting an ideological war that they themselves don't truly understand that much because let's be honest, a lot of times too, it never really is about the ideology. It's literally about control and power over the other. And if we see that time and time again too, and we're kind of seeing that now with our current events too. So needless to say, Gundam was always an anti-war propaganda stuff. So
But big mechanical suits.
yeah, it was just unfortunate too that the big mechanical war machines were so fucking cool. God
I
damn it.
love it, bro.
And
need
it's
to
like
oh, man.
he might have failed on the mark on this case trying to deter people from war, but you know what? He made a killer of merchandise.
Hey, bro, it's still going strong. I just still love that when I watch G Gundam, my man was just straight hands, like, sometimes with a sword and a fucking energy blast. But my man literally fucking stick his whole goddamn fist into your stomach, and I call it finger Gundam
God damn it.
because all he did was fucking finger your fucking belly button.
God. For context too, Gundams do not have belly buttons per se, but
But you get my reference. You get my gist.
God damn it. This shit is so ass. God.
And the piloting, like the pilot operators in that series, needs to be done more.
Look, I will say there's like current stuff. I will say at the end of the day, anime fandoms, I feel like in general too, we just got to stop engaging with certain people that obviously are definitely doing this out of attention and whatnot. This also goes in the same category as the JJK fandom. Holy fucking shit.
I don't know about that. I don't even know
Look, man. Look, so right now in the current meme that's going on in JJK, there was one fan that was so upset with the current story of the JJK itself, he decided to write an entire fan fiction, multiple chapters in, by the way, of the alternate story of JJK. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
and I
after
believe it's like,
Shibuya,
yeah, or
or for
some,
the culling games.
it should be like after the entirety of JJK ending too. He was,
Like module or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah, module and whatnot. He was upset at that too. And right now, I believe in visual novel format, it's currently like 1,500 chapters.
Jesus.
Like there are people that are we call them schizophrenic. All right.
Oh, I'll call them a more politically correct word. They're more neurodivergent.
But needless to say, we have the crazies in the anime fandom mix too. That at the same time, we can kind of just ignore them in a lot of
Yeah.
regards.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So there's that too. And then we had like beef within the other fandoms back then where it's like, oh, our anime protagonist is better than your protagonist. No, Goku can fight everybody. Goku can fight everyone in the verse. It's like, what the fuck is going on, guys? What are we doing here?
I mean, healthy debate is cool.
Yeah.
And all, you know.
Yeah,
Like, I
healthy
would say,
debate is
like,
fun.
You know, like saying who would actually, you know, be strong in like this different verse or some shit. I think that's pretty cool to like explore, you know. But like
Yeah.
literally saying, "Oh, your character sucks. This character is better." I'm like, bro, it's literally fucking anime. Why can't we just appreciate that shit?
Yeah, it's the same people that also are like part of the console wars as well.
I'm like, bro, it ain't that serious. Yeah, like I'm so sorry that people say Sailor Moon is gonna fucking diff Goku. I'm like, maybe that's true.
Look, man, I would like to see that too, to be honest with you.
Like, let's put that shit to theory. You know, we'll never find out, but it's cool to fucking discuss, right?
Yeah. Like so like I said too, if you feel like there's an anime that doesn't appeal to you, like for example Mushoku Tensei, here's a great thing about it too. You see people that talk a lot about this anime but you don't like it, that's perfectly fine. That is your own fucking opinion that you yourself just don't like. I don't think anybody else should tell you otherwise, that you should like it too. This also goes for the people back then. You should not expect everybody to like the stuff that you like. It's the same thing that happens with a lot of fighting games as well. Not everybody likes 2D based fighting games. People like 3D fighting games, or not a lot of people like tag team based fighting games. There's a niche for everybody.
You know?
Yeah, there's a niche for everybody to like too. Like for Victor example here too, we would rather watch an anime that talks about a girl doing 4x trading.
Oh yeah.
That shit is weird, but you know what? I'm down for it.
I don't even know what the weirdest anime I've ever watched, honestly.
Yeah, I wouldn't find a girl trading 4x weird in any sense because it's a normal thing. It's a real thing.
Yeah, and then
It's
we also,
different from your typical. Like, I'd say non-shonen. How about that? Non-shonen.
yeah, it's typical from non-shonen, yes. And if anything too, actually, hold on a second, Victor, you do like an isekai anime, Gate.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's isekai in like the traditional sense.
Yeah, it's not like the single person transport. It's like the entirety of Japan's military went to another world. It's like
a good anime though. I like it. I
is a
enjoy
good-
it.
Yeah, albeit fan service aside too. If you look past it, it's actually a pretty decent show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say that. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Bro, people also complain
Brian,
about,
watch it for the fan service.
No, you can't prove that.
bro, that's why he tried to defend High School of the Dead.
No, I try to defend High School DxD. Completely different.
They are the same shit.
No, they are not. One is actually just a Giga Chat.
Yeah, but that's not the point trying to make. They both have high school girls that are unproportionately drawn.
Yeah, so is One Piece. Well, actually, not High School girls,
Yes.
but a lot of women are unproportionately
Oda can't draw
drawn.
women for shit.
To be fair, though, he did admit this, by the way.
I know, but he cannot draw for shit.
It's
He cannot
really
draw women
funny.
it's either somebody looks like fucking Big Mom or every one of them looks like Nami.
Yeah, but he did get better overall. Like, his art ability did improve a lot. But at the same time,
I guess still, but every one of them looks like it's just like a different palette of Nami. Like, prove me wrong. Just go to Nami and put a fucking different color on a
color
female
palette and
character.
wardrobe.
Like, boom, Nami. It's because his wife, like, that's how he got with his wife. She cosplayed Nami, married her, and now like literally every fucking woman is like just Nami.
W.
Prove me
Honestly,
wrong.
honestly,
Prove me
what a
fucking
dedicated man. He's a dedicated man.
He's loyal. Prove me fucking wrong, though. That man loves his wife and Nami, but prove me fucking wrong. That not like all these female characters are drawn like fucking Nami.
Oh man, good. But yeah, it's like I said, there's so many different animes that come out to that compared to like the Western space with comic books too. You could literally pick any fucking anime, manga genre too. That's gonna be completely different and new to like look at too, and you're gonna have a fun time with it, regardless what it is too. Because if you find something that you genuinely like, you're definitely gonna like it for all that it has. And guess what too, we're still getting new shit to this day, albeit I'm sick and tired of fucking isekais. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you.
Yeah, you should
But-
watch some like slice of life and rom-coms with me, bro.
I know those are really good. I will say as well too, if anybody would like another fucking trash isekai to go into, there's literally God damn it. I was gonna say either my Eminence in Shadows or Red Ranger gets the isekai.
Oh my God.
Does the main character get hit by a 2007 Nissan Altima?
Oh, gets hit by Truck-kun, bro. Come on.
I don't want to
actually,
see it.
well, actually, hold on. If it's a Power Ranger case, he would actually need to get hit by something stronger.
Fine, he gets hit by a fucking 18-wheeler.
There we go. God damn. But yes, thank you all for listening to our unhinged talks. And maybe there's some hot takes about like we shouldn't be gatekeeping stuff too, because gatekeeping is not really realistically what we should be doing. What we should be doing is just ignore the people.
Yeah, we should ignore all the haters and also gatekeep the haters.
Yeah,
I have a firm belief that that's what we should do.
fair enough.
If y'all
Well-
really want to gatekeep, let's do that instead.
Fair enough. Like it's either options. I feel like it might boil down to what that might be to like a lot of them who are just going to be like more secluded off to. But it's not going to also stop a lot of the other people that are going to use anime as a way to like help popularize themselves too. Which that's going to always happen. It's whatever too. At least we don't.
The stream, the Spurs won. Oh shit!
Oh what? Oh shit! Let's fucking go! Fuck OKC! Fuck OKC! Shut up! You wanted OKC.
Hell yeah.
All right, it's
Yeah.
New York and San Antonio in the finals, boys.
I am fucking so in. Let's go.
As Brian like to say often, I am so hard right now.
Hell yes. Fucking A. But yeah, speaking with NBA too, at this point, there are definitely some people that are genuine with like how they like animes and whatnot too. When we have fucking Jokic actually play Uma Musume at the side.
Hey, bro. Hey, that's my shit.
And that's
So-
why Nuggets got a first round exit
No,
because he was
fair
probably
enough.
playing Uma Musume.
Yeah,
Probably.
bro, he was trying to win his fucking champions meeting. Let's go.
I was like, it's like he's doing this so that he purposely extends his contract out so he can have more money to spend on gotcha.
No. He's actually he
No.
can spend it on gotcha and
No.
real horses.
He did this first round exit so that he has more time to play his games, bro.
Ah, you're right. You're right.
Or the bigger conspiracy, he breeds a horse, make it a thoroughbred racehorse. Then it's gonna be so fucking dominant that they're gonna have to add it to Uma Musume. So then he can get his horse in Uma Musume.
Hey, man,
you know-
that'll be awesome.
Goddamn. But yes.
Conspiracy.
Well, we'll see when it happens. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in for Unhinged Talks once more too. We'll see y'all next time.
Fuck OKC.
Fuck OKC. Let's go. Next is Spurs finals.
I thought you were bad.